Man in water feels something hit leg, then sees tiny foot pop up. Angelo can feel the warm sun on his cool skin as he floats in the bright blue water of his local lake. He sure did love this lake, despite what people thought of it. Then suddenly he felt something brush past his leg. It's probably just a fish, Angelo thought, but he was so wrong. He takes a closer look and at first, it looked like a bit of moss or a fish flowing in the water. Then just as the sun glistened on the calming waves, Angelo realized this was not moss or a fish. It was toes. Actual human toes. Angelo Smith lived an ordinary life in a seemingly ordinary town called Rosewood. By day he was a plumber and by night he was a dedicated dad to his two young children. But this devoted dad had no idea he was about to uncover something truly unimaginable when he went swimming in a lake one warm Saturday in July. The temperature was high and the sun was glistening across the bright blue sky when Angelo decided to take his two kids to their local lake for a day of sun, swimming, and fun. Little did Angelo know that this day would be far from fun. Angelo's local lake in his town of Rosewood was a gorgeous lake, boasting crystal blue waters and stunning scenery. It was the perfect place to unwind after a long day, especially in the summer. But there were rumors about this lake, and they were rumors that would leave a shiver up your spine. Angelo had lived in Rosewood his entire life. It was a quiet town and everybody knew everybody's business. Despite this, the people there were friendly folk who would do anything to help their neighbors out. But there was something about this town that plagued its townspeople for years. A myth, you could call it, about the lake and something terrible that had happened there 30 years ago. You see, an incident took place at the lake 30 years ago in the summer when a child went missing while swimming out in the waters. Unfortunately, even after an extensive search, a body was never found and as a result, many townspeople claimed the lake has been haunted ever since. Having lived in Rosewood his entire life, Angelo had witnessed the unfortunate tragedy that tore his town in half 30 years ago. He saw the upset it caused and the devastation it did to the community. Despite this, Angelo never listened to the rumors about the lake. Little did he know he should have. Angelo arrived at the lake with his two children and a smile crept across his face. This was going to be a good day, he could just feel it. After setting up near the edge of the lake, Adam set foot into the water wanting to cool off. He had no idea what was waiting for him. With the sun beaming down on his warm skin, Angelo felt good swimming in the lake. He stretched his arms out and continued to go deeper and deeper out into the water. But as he got further out, he had no idea he was about to uncover something that would leave him feeling sick to his stomach. Angelo looked up and saw it was just him out this far in the lake. He could see his two kids near the edge and they were fine. He takes a deep breath before letting out a sigh of relief. It sure feels nice and relaxing being alone out in the lake, Angelo thought to himself. But Angelo wasn't alone. Around 15 minutes had passed and Angelo was still bobbing about in the bright blue waters, breathing in the fresh air and nature. As he relaxed in peace, he heard the birds chirp from above. Then suddenly, within a matter of seconds he felt something brush past him on his leg. At first, he didn't think too much about it. After all, there must be plenty of fish lying under the water. He was in a lake and Angelo was not scared of fish. But this didn't feel like a fish. It felt like something else. He took a deep breath and got a closer look and uncovered something truly unimaginable. At first, when Angelo looked below, it looked like a bit of moss flowing in the water alongside some stones. Then, just as the sun glistened on the calming waves, Angelo realized it wasn't moss. He saw toes. Actual human toes. Straight away he felt sick to his stomach. Angelo started to panic while trying to stay afloat in the bright blue waters. With water splashing in his mouth, he thought maybe he was seeing things. But his eyes didn't lie, and as hard as he tried to brush it off, Angelo soon realized the foot was from a child under the water. Angelo took a deep breath and swooped down into the water. Frantically he tried to reach for the girl, but it was hard. Finally, he managed to scoop the child up before retreating to the edge of the lake. As he pushed through the water, swimming to the edge, Angelo yelled out for help. But was it too late? When he reached the edge of the lake, he was met with a paramedic who immediately took the girl away to the hospital. Angelo was tense with nerves, and hundreds of questions flooded his mind. But would she make it? Who even was she? And what was she doing out in the lake by herself? The girl was 3-year-old Satali, who had been swimming in the lake before her accident. Thankfully she was fine and was released from the hospital a few days later. Despite being rescued, nobody knew how long she had been under the water. If it wasn't for Angelo that day at the lake, this story could have ended a lot more differently, right? Who knows what could have happened? Angelo was praised for his actions and hailed a hero. He even visited the little he saved girl in the hospital. What a man.